Hi there, welcome back to Being Your Ray. And for today's episode, I want to share something really exciting that I found out. But you'll see this quite late. Sorry, listen to this quite late, but I still want to inform you guys about it. If ever someone comes across this audio, I would love for them to know about this opportunity. And I don't think it's closing anytime soon. It's like a forever thing. So, yeah, anyway. There's this digital nomad village kind of thing opening up in Sikkim. I think it's functional for a while, and they are creating these spaces for all the creatives, freelancers, or whoever who's working from home or remotely all over the world can come over here in a space where you can find like-minded people, do your work in peace in the mountains, all of those beautiful things. And yeah, it just sounds like a dream. And I found out through this newsletter that I had subscribed, and this person, even she thought that it was too good to be true. And she just shared her experience of being in that place, and it's actually really beautiful. I am so happy to see these changes and all of these reforms coming up for people like us who wish to move away from the system and do something else or lead an individual life. So she also mentioned about one of her friends who was taking creative workshops where everyone will be coached one on one, and at the same time there will be like this community meetups where this is like an online thing, this is different, but the description of it was so beautiful that I feel compelled to spread it as much as possible. And I'm not getting anything to talk about this person doesn't even know me. They have wider audience base than I do. No one is listening to this thing at this particular point, but yeah, just for the few people who might find this audio, I still want to give it as much publicity as possible because good things need to be like क्या बोलते हैं, emphasized, and you need to spread it as much as possible because it's so rare. So, yeah, they had mentioned in their description about how creatives are expected to be lonely, drinking cups of coffee, alone in a jungle, and not making enough money, just passing through their day, waiting for that one piece of art that will change their life and keeping at it. And that's the kind of narrative we have had for years. And so this person just wants to bring everyone together, help them express themselves better. And they mentioned this one line, which is so beautiful and has stuck with me about our own individuality and how we have forgotten that because the system wants us to forget about ourselves and just listen to what has been said and do that. It really does not support your creativity or help you hone that. It is more about how can you benefit them and yeah, keep your creative juices aside or obey instructions. And it's very restrictive the way these things are set up, that is like suppressing our creativity. But it makes my heart so happy that someone is doing projects like these, which can help people bring their own individual creativity forward and honor that and give them tools to grow. Because it's not every day that you see something like this happening. You have to like away from what has already been happening, being tired of it, and going after something different. And that takes courage, that takes passion for what you believe in. So I will always be very vocal about such causes, and I'm so happy to see something like this happening. I'll try to link the resources of both of these projects so you can just look it up for yourself at whatever point you find this audio. I think it's going to be an ongoing project always. And yeah, I want more and more people to join such stuff. So yeah, I wish there were l- like I hope it becomes more mainstream, and a few years down the line we have colleges that help people get closer to their creativity instead of asking them to follow certain rules, give exams, and serve for a company. And I just feel things are very superficial that way. But what if someone could first understand their own individuality, be able to express themselves, their unique talents, and all the brilliance that they contain, and yeah, then serve the world. We have become so selfish about our own wants and needs that we've forgotten about what the other person gains from you. And I read this somewhere, and I know it might sound like a problem that someone has who has enough money in their life or something like that. But I'm saying this as someone who has earned in the past by myself, and still I did not feel like that fixed much of the stuff that was happening. But yeah, the quote goes like something on the lines of the man who only has money is the most poor, or something like that. Like, if money is the only thing in your life, you are सबसे ज़्यादा poor वाला चीज़. So it's like your life is so much more than that, and we have just boiled it down to this particular thing that is ruling every single minute of our life. But if we were to look at other aspects of ourselves and let that bloom, I don't think money would be a problem. And in fact, it will be a part of our lives. It won't be something that is the sole focus. And I understand it's the kind of beliefs that we have been brought up with, and the surroundings, that the environment that has made us the way we are, and we can't blame it on anyone. If we want change, if we want things to be different around us, we will have to take that step, even if it seems hard at first. So yeah, anyway, I just wanted to come out over here and talk to you guys about these projects that like has made my heart so warm, and I can't wait to see the kind of change it can bring to people's lives. And yeah, before reading this, like just before I started reading it, I was like outlining the things that I want to be able to do with my side project or my passion projects, or whatever I have in mind with this whole thing of content creation. I was thinking about how can I serve the other person better, that whatever problem they do have, I can at least provide them enough comfort and support and believe that there is a better tomorrow, and they they aren't alone in this whole thing. And yeah, just support them in whatever way I can. Like, my main focus would be to understand their motives and how I come into the picture first. Like, service will come first, like people first wala thing, before thinking of a business. And I feel like the business will thrive when you take care of your customers at the best of your capacity. So yeah, anyways, I was just thinking about all of those things and wondering how can I bring the best possible experience to anyone who comes across me as a person, or as a supporter, or as an employer, whatever it is. I know I have like really big dreams from life, but I want to be able to take tiny steps that can compound and rely on my actions side by side. I don't have a clear picture in my mind, but I do know that at the end, I want to be able to serve people in a healthy manner. I don't want to take advantage of them, and I don't want to be that person who makes them forget their own individuality just in exchange of money. If I am only able to provide you with money, I am talking this as someone who might employ people. And as an employer, if I'm only able to provide you with money, just money, that's the only thing you get from your job, then that is terrible from my end. I want you to have the best amount of satisfaction from your work. I want you to gain as much as I am gaining through the whole thing. I want you to have amazing work life balance. I want your creativity to be at the yeah, off the charts. Like, I basically want you to grow as much as I do. I want you to be shoulder to shoulder with you, and not in the terms of competition, but in terms of collaboration. And I see a lot of companies thinking of how to get to the another mark of making this much revenue, but I don't see many talking about how much change their product or service is bringing to their consumers or to their employers, for them to stick to it long enough, for them to come to work beyond money. Like, what is it that you are providing them beyond money? If tomorrow you weren't paying for the service, or if money wasn't into the picture, would the people still trust you and stick with you and stay loyal to you? What is your brand and your business beyond money is what I'm interested in. So, yeah, I hope I can create something like that and really bring humanity back into humans, because we're just turning into, sorry for a lack of a better word, but headless robots day by day, losing our own essence, our creativity, our kindness, our sense of community, of coming together and having support. So yeah, I just hope I can do that. And yeah, that's it for today. If you made it this far, thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.